Hello, it's Friday the 27th. I'm FxPlew and this is the market brief. Now the OECD has been on. They think the UK will have the worst economic impact from the Iran war, worse than any other developed nation. The OECD quarterly review has UK inflation up to 4% this year, and they have cut their growth forecasts in half down to 0.5%. Economists believe that rigid adherence to her self-imposed rules will add to the slowdown, but Reeves is standing firm on her ironclad fiscal rules. She's not bending to the crisis and has no plans for blanket household support. Many political analysts think that governing the UK is about being flexible and not making plans which cannot be changed to accommodate global crises. Perhaps Reeves should write that one down. The MPC is looking a little more flexible though. Even the most dovey of the doves have stopped calling for rate cuts for the time being. Alan Taylor has been banging the drum for rate cuts for quite a while now, but he voted to hold last month. However, despite all the massive uncertainty, he still thinks there is a pretty high bar before we see any rate hikes though. Over in the US, Goldman Sachs has been on. They think the oil shock will suppress US payrolls growth by around 10,000 jobs a month through to year end. If the conflict deepens, they see Brent crude could potentially hit 140 or 160 bucks a barrel in a worst case scenario. The oil price may find some relief today though, as Taco Trump has extended his ultimatum on the deadline for the Straits of Hormuz. And just before the weekend too. I guess that market manipulation is becoming a bit of a habit of the Trump administration. In the markets, the dollar index crept over the 100 level before closing around 99.95, and sterling kicks off around 133.30 against the dollar. We're fairly flat against the euro, around 115.60, and euro dollar is down around 115.30 on the open this morning. So that's it from me, capping off another week. Thank you for joining me once again. Have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday. All the best.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.